Hey y'all. Kind of fun evening for me. I've been wanting to make this video for years. Years ago, a friend of mine, Kevin, came in from out of state and brought this beautiful modular box of all these wonderful instruments. And he brought it to my house, and I wasn't that familiar with the modular stuff. I knew what it was, but I didn't own any of the modules. And so we came over to kind of jam. We plugged it into my board, the mixing board, and ran some of the sounds out through some external effects and whatnot. And we kind of just jammed. I was running a Roland SP404 effects unit. And we really just jammed for about an hour and a half, capturing sounds and performances and stuff, with the idea that one day I would go through and review this stuff and try to pull some pieces from it to make music with. It would be to drop into a sampler, maybe chop some pieces up, move them around, and then put them into a sequencer. I'm making this video too for my YouTube page, so sorry for the tech talk, y'all. But this is for the sampler I'm going to be using is the 1010 Blackbox Sampler, which is it's a slick little posh box. But so we jammed for an hour and a half, and I've been going through this stuff and this music. I mean, my God, you can't think up this stuff. You know, it's like these machines kind of think for themselves. You feed them information, you turn knobs, and they kind of do their thing. You can get kind of a good handle on them, but they kind of go off on their own little world, and you're just kind of there to witness it. But anyway, we recorded an hour and a half, and it's taken me years to make this video, and I'm sorry, Kevin, that it's taken me this long. I've been wanting to do some of this stuff. So anyway, I've gone through and done just that. I've reviewed the sounds and put them into the sampler, and I'm going to play them back. There's 3 different sections that I'll bring in and out. So maybe section 1 and 3 will play together for a while. Then maybe sections 2 and 3 will play with no 1. Maybe sections will play by themselves. And then maybe all 3 sections will play together to make a complete mess of things. But anyway, I'm going to cue it up. And I was telling a friend of mine about this stuff, and he goes, well, what's it sound like? And I really don't know. Abstract carnival music, maybe? I wouldn't know. I mean, I've listened to Ennio Morricone's music over the years, who's one of my heroes, and some of Miles Davis's strange stuff back then, and so my ears open to that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna cue it up. We're 3 minutes in. I've been talking too long. Sorry. I'm gonna cue this thing up, and we're gonna do this. So this is for you, Kevin, and these are your sounds, some of mine, but this was your modular system into our setup years ago, running through the sampler. Here we go. I think. First part. Okay, that was one loop. That's turned around. Here's the other so that's it. Yeah, a lot of sounds coming, a lot of sounds and noises coming through there. But that's part of what we did, and those were put into the sampler. U1010 Blackbox people, those are just 3 sequences, finding the sounds and putting them in there. So I wasn't going to film the box, you know what it does. So I was just turning 3 sequences on and off. And but yeah, I like it. I find this kind of music to be quite interesting. When you put these sounds into the sequencer, it can go on autopilot. It can kind of randomize the samples too. So it comes up with something generally you couldn't ever think of. And but I enjoy it. It's kind of I hate to say musical, but it's something to listen to. So anyway, thank you, Kevin, for coming in that time and bringing your modular stuff, man. It's badass. I apologize. I'll take your name out of this if you don't want to be a part of well, what this is. But nonetheless, dude, yeah, I did it. So the sounds are in there. And anyhow, I hope you'll have a nice evening. That's my noise making session for the evening. Toodaloo.